Hi guys, this is Robert and I'm going to make a video about ENFJs, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to go ahead and get to it. So ENFJs for most people will be extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. And when they say extroverted, they'll think that you're like outgoing, like a social butterfly, you're a people person, but that's not necessarily true. And MBTI, extroversion, is the direction of your first cognitive function, or FE in this case. And all that means is that you are sensitive to the values, beliefs, etc. of stuff outside of yourself. Thus, you are object-based feeler. And then you have intuitive, which people say that you're into like abstract ways of thinking, but that's not quite what that means. Well, what an intuitive is essentially is that instead of looking at directly what's in front of your face with concrete empirical evidence, you tend to look deeper into what that thing is. You try to get into the systems behind that. Like instead of saying this is a rock, you look at what forms the rock, essentially. But it's for ENFJs, it's their auxiliary function, or NI. So it's their subject-based intuition. So pretty much subjective possibilities of something that they observe. Then we have feeling, where people think it has to do with emotions, but as I said earlier, it's about values, beliefs, etc. People think that ENFJs are empathetic and that they really understand people. And where that's coming from is this extroverted feeling right here. Because we are object-based feelers, we are in tune with the values and beliefs of those around us, and thus we pretty much emulate what we believe that they would want. So you can kind of think of us as actors. And when we get around a certain audience, we give them what they want. If they want an action flick, we give them like an action hero. If they want a comedy, we make a funny person. If they want a tragedy, we become like the most unlucky person ever in life. And then with judging, people think that this J means that we're organized, and that's not really what that means. This J here just means that our dominant function here, FE, is a judging function. A judging function is how you come to conclusions based on data that you perceive. You have perceiving functions, your intuition and sensing functions that look out to the world and collect data, and then you have your judging functions, the feeling and the thinking that comes to conclusions based on what you perceive. That J there just means that we have a lead judging function. So traits of ENFJs is pretty hard to explain because it depends on the social atmosphere. As I said, ENFJs are kind of like chameleons. We constantly change colors based on who's around us. So how we are in front of one person is not who we are when we're in front of another person. What this means is that ENFJs will accommodate to you personally. So it's hard to tell what the ENFJ is really like with their traits. So, you might know your ENFJ is loving, caring, and etc., but they're not really like that behind their mask. All we do is put up masks in front of people, what we believe that they would want. And we're really good at doing that. It's almost instinctual. And in fact, unless someone points it out to us, we aren't really aware that we're doing it. So if you want to see ENFJ squirm, get them in a room with a bunch of people with conflicting values and beliefs, and see what the ENFJ does. And it's quite humorous most of the times. But that's pretty much the ENFJ in a nutshell. I could make a longer video, but like I said, time constraints. Pretty sure this proves my point. And that is the end.